All right, so real quick before we get this episode started, it's if you follow us, you know we kind of have been lacking in episodes. The reason why is end of February, my mom unfortunately passed away, and it hit me pretty hard. I know it's not something I thought I'd be doing, talking about losing my mom 5 years after losing my dad. But it's something that I needed to talk about, and I wanted to just acknowledge because she was my biggest fan. She was my biggest supporter. She really always pushed me to keep doing this and always, picked me up when I felt down or felt that what I was doing wasn't worth the time, or it wasn't, you know, it was dumb and that I should just, do something, don't even do this anymore and just, give up on any goals of, sports media or hockey in general. My dad was the reason why I fell in love with the game. My mom was the reason why I stayed in it. She was there for me every step of the way. She was there with me 6 a.m. practices. She was there on tournaments when my dad was out of town and would be driving me to Nashville, not knowing where she was going, having to use MapQuest paper directions and getting pulled over because she was going speeding because she's trying to read it. Um, it's just yeah, it sucks, and it's just one of those things that eventually stuff like that's gonna happen. But I did not think it was gonna come this quick. Uh, it was a week before she passed. She was just over here helping me set up to propose to my now fiance, and right before my last conversation was talking about you know getting what we were doing for my wedding and seeing that and just knowing that she's not going to be here for a lot of key stuff. It's tough, but as much as I want to lay back and give up, I know she wouldn't want me to, and she would want me to continue to do this. And um, I apologize for episodes being far and few in between since this all happened. I just it was one of those things that I needed to get my head straight, and I needed to somewhat feel better about everything. And while it still hurts every day, and I miss her more and more every single day, I know she's with us and she's still watching us, she's still supporting, and I'm so proud to call her my mom, and I'm so yeah, I don't know. I wish I wrote something down a little bit more coherent here, but I don't think there's really any way to kinda talk about this situation. But I gave this episode to her. I love you, mom. I miss you. And I hope I continue to make you proud, and hopefully one of these days I will get Chris Chelios on the show for you. Um, yeah. So love you, mom. Miss you. Thanks everyone for understanding.
The WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It is Jarom. It's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, nothing. Just watching some hockey.
We are just crawling to the end of the season, and luckily we're in a good time of the year where there's a lot, if you have access to it and you have an ability to watch it, a lot of playoffs going on now, tournaments and all that for the prospects. So hey, you watch that, because God knows the NHL product right now is just it's tough to watch.
Yeah, a little bit, little bit tough. But like you said, we got Frozen Four tourney coming up. We got CHL playoffs coming up. KHL playoffs? I don't know. I don't know when those start.
Yeah, I don't know who cares about the Russians. I mean,
Roman Kanserov, baby.
it's the only person that matters. But yeah, we have OHL playoffs starting Thursday. Yeah, NCAA tournament starts Thursday as well. OHL, if you're not familiar, it's your traditional playoff. It's best of 7. I believe it's 16 teams, right? Total.
Yeah,
It's like 1-8, 2, but then they have
yeah.
the
Because isn't
the.
Providence is 16 and they're playing Denver.
Oh no, I'm talking about OHL.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just
Yeah,
like also. I was trying to look up the KHL playoffs while you were going on about
NCAA
that.
is 16 teams. I mean,
Yeah.
they just start with 16, but
Well, isn't it that so the CHL, the way that they do it is like the OHL, the WHL, and the QMJHL all have their own playoffs, and then the winner of
correct.
each of those moves on to
The
the final
Memorial Cup,
CHL Memorial Cup, but it's also then like the host team gets an automatic
right?
spot too.
Which is, I think, I get it, but it's also stupid because if the host team ends up being like dog shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I think there's been a couple times where like there's a team that should not have been in there, but they made it
Oh
because they're
yeah,
the host team, and then they go and they win it.
that's hilarious. That's all that
It's like
matters.
that's why you play the game. You don't just show up and go with what's on paper. But
Well, that's because
yeah,
they probably know that like they got an automatic Memorial Cup bid, and they're like, let's stay healthy.
let's just phone it in.
Let's not go crazy.
Since we're talking about it real quick, OHL players represented by representing the Blackhawks. You got Nick Lardis and was it Merrick? Merrick or
Uh
Mark?
oh
Van
oh oh Van Acker.
Van
Is that
Acker. How
yourself?
do you say it? Is it first name is it Merrick?
Yeah, I think so. Well, let me.
Marek?
Oh my god, yeah, Merrick Van Acker.
Van
Dude,
Acker.
I'm trying to figure this. I think that the KHL playoffs start tomorrow.
Yeah, because that bum Demidov is gonna be healthy scratch through the whole thing.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's what they said. Like they scratched him the last like game or so, and then the playoffs he was like gonna be healthy scratch again. He's a leading scorer for that team too.
That's funny.
Dude,
That's
it's
really funny.
so fucking ridiculous how salty the Russians are.
Hey, Roman Kanserov, man, he's playing tomorrow, and
Uh,
he's leading his team in assists in the last 5 games. So
he's gonna be so good.
yeah, I
He
can't
will
wait.
be good, dude. This whole team, like, whatever. But okay, also playing in the OHL playoffs, you have Martin Misak,
Messiak.
uh, Miziak, and Ty Henry.
Yep. On
Sudbury
the Erie
Wolves.
Otters.
Yeah, Sudbury Wolves. You have Alex, dude. I can't.
Farron. A PH makes a F sound, Zach.
No. All right, you want to take the rest of them? Fine. Fuck you, dude. You take the rest.
I don't know where you left off, but did you say Windsor Spitfires, AJ
And not,
Spellacy? Okay,
not. And
he's in
then
it.
the Rangers is the last one.
Kitchener Rangers. That's going to be Jack Pridham.
Boom. And then in the Frozen Four tournament, Providence, you got John Mustard, Connor Kelly, and Tage Harding.
Yep.
From Minnesota, you got Sam Renzel and Oliver Moore, and I'm praying to God for a UMass upset so we can get fucking Renzel here, fucking nice and quick.
It's good for both. I mean, it's not good for them because I'm sure they just want to win it and then make
National championship.
make their move.
Is there a goal to win a national championship, or is it to win a fucking Stanley Cup? Come on. Quicker you get here, the quicker you get your development going. I know I'm joking. I'm fucking joking. Joking.
Why'd you want to play college hockey?
Dude, that's exactly what I thought in my mind when I started that sentence. And I was like, I don't know how I can make this work. Boston University, you got Ryan Green.
Mm-hmm.
And then Denver, you have Aiden Thompson.
Yeah, so Thompson
Denver
versus
and Providence
versus Providence. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
First round. So we could either be losing one prospect or 3 right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And it would be interesting to see who I don't think Mustard would sign, but I don't know about maybe Connor Kelly or Tage Harding. I think Aiden Thompson is looking to like sign a contract though.
It sounds like Aiden Thompson and Ryan Green may sign as soon as their season ends.
Yes.
I know
And
Ryan Green I've heard
Oliver
rumblings about
Moore,
Ryan
probably.
Green for sure. Oliver Moore,
It's possible.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back again though.
Yeah,
Is this his freshman year or sophomore year?
Sophomore.
Oh, maybe not.
Aiden Thompson has had 51 points in 41 games at Denver. He was wearing the A.
He fucking needs to go to Turkey and get that hair treatment too.
Ooh.
Dude. It's so funny. We're sending the picture of him and Dice is like, that's not a real picture, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder if Oliver Moore is gonna be more of a wait and see.
I don't think so. I think that they would like to get his speed on the team, and like I think the plan basically that Katie
he's
had
able to go to
set
Rockford,
out.
right?
Yeah, dude.
Then never mind. Okay.
That's what Levshunov did.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
But
So,
the plan,
okay,
the plan is to get these guys on their ELCs as like fast as they possibly can to get them through them and keep them kind of like sign their first contract at a younger age. Kind of keeps it cheaper, but I mean, especially with guys like Oliver Moore and I mean Levshunov this past year, where like their probably best development that they can get is probably going to be with the big club or the AHL at this point. Because I mean, Oliver Moore, he was on both USA teams the last 2 years for those junior championships, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure he, as much as he would love to win a national title, like I feel like the Hawks are like, come on.
Yeah, you know what? For some reason, I thought he wouldn't be able to go play AHL, but I just completely forgot about the NCAA. Either you NCAA or you're professional. So yeah, that makes more sense though now too. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of do they want to burn the first year by having him come in this year and play a couple games like Nazar, or do they sign him for starting next season type of thing?
You know what's funny too is this happened with Lardis last year. Is like the guys that are I think this still is a thing, but the guys that are in the OHL playoffs, like they could play AHL games.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Lardis played one last season when his team got booted, and just no stats, one game.
But they couldn't play NHL, right?
No, they could.
Like, could they bring in Lardis? Say they get swept in this, and they have the first round exit, and there's a couple games left. I mean, can the Hawks call him up, or
yeah, why not?
After the season he's having, dude, do you think they maybe be like, hey, why not? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can get him on that like up to 9 games before it burns a year of the contract.
That'd be something to look at too, because like you said, I think a lot of these guys we're gonna be seeing a lot of tryout. I feel this last few weeks, especially in April, it's gonna be okay. Why do you just deserve a look next year? You know, like
plus like with the guys that are going to be signing from the NCAA, like that's one of the funny things to me is like it doesn't matter how many games they play, like it burns a year of their contract. Yeah. So if we end up signing like Ryan Green, Aiden Thompson, Renzel, Moore, then it's like here's your 4, 5, 10, like 6 games, whatever, 2. All right, now you got 2 years left on your deal.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, again, we talked about with Nazar and all that. It works to the Hawks' benefit because they're like, okay, well, technically, you only got 2 years to really show anything, you know, for the whole when it comes to contract extension time. So it's like, all right, why not?
Right? Yeah, because when Nazar can sign an extension this summer, and if he does, it's like you have half a season plus 3 games of NHL experience under your belt. So, like, I don't know. Like here, maybe we do like $2.5 million for a couple of years.
I'd be curious to see if he gets if he gets that extension like quick.
Like
definitely think
Bedard. Like I think Bedard
yeah.
gets it like day one, right? So
Dude, either gets day one or like
I would definitely say like Nazar would get it too. I didn't
I
like
mean
I feel like that's the way of also the Hawks trying to like negotiate it where they think they'll come out like pretty good. Like if you imagine like they sign Nazar and they keep the number to like 5, like but like 6 to 8 years
dude,
because
I'm telling you, do it now because I was able to do it in NHL. 8 years, 2.5. Let's
yeah, and
go.
then I'm sure
Let's
he
do it.
doesn't want to fucking Jesus. I don't know. I feel like they either sign him to a short kind of like deal just to get him more. Like I feel like he would want a shorter deal if he was signed an extension this summer, just to get a few more games and then really bump it up. Or they wait the full season and then do the extension after he has like a full year of NHL experience, plus like this half, plus the 3 games before.
The good thing is there's no rush.
Yes. And there's plenty of cap space.
Worst case scenario, somebody does an offer sheet on him and it just makes our contract negotiation easier. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying,
I don't even think it would get to that point.
I
Like
know. I'm just saying,
an
like,
extension,
the worst case.
even if you waited till like the whole season ended last year, he'd probably sign an extension during the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in waiting until July.
Am I just being biased here? Because I do really like he like is one of my favorite guys on this like new core coming up. But like he is definitely entering that tier of like, no, you build around him. Like he's a guy that you plug in and you build around, include when you're building around this team. Like he's in the plans going forward. Like he is going to be a big part of this team's success going forward.
Yeah, I think he could be. I mean, one of the things that bothers me the most right now is the fact that he's not on power play 1. Because like I would love to see him, Levshunov, and Bedard literally power play 1. Like that's the 3 big future guys for you.
I don't know why they don't.
Because
like
Teravainen and Donato have been super hot, and then they still put Bertuzzi out there.
But I mean, at this time though, too, it's like even if you're not doing like power play 1 minute, you know what I mean? It's like you should. If this is the time of the year, but it's like you should be doing that. It doesn't matter if they're power play 1, power play 2, whatever. Put Bedard, put Nazar, put Levshunov. Like you put these guys together that are theoretically gonna be the piece. You know, the duo or the trio, whatever, going forward. Like let them try. But then again, you think about it too, is that it probably isn't even in the mind because, I mean, Sorensen's not going to be the coach next year. So it's like, why bother, trying to force that now? Because it's like, it's going to change anyways. The plan's going to change or the setups and all that kind of stuff. So I guess, that's another reason too. It's like, you can't look too much into it.
I mean, the Hawks are already eliminated. So you might as well do stuff like that at this point, Yeah. And I know that, the players are trying to win. It's like it's not like you're not trying to win, but like you want to build the chemistry of the guys that are going to be here for a long time and you want them to get that ice time. Like might as well just let them go out there and get it. Like who's going to be upset? Like the guys that are fucking on 1-year deals right now.
Yeah. I mean, Dickinson's out for the rest of the year. So it's like, that's that quote unquote, like, solid vet piece that you don't have to worry about trying to work his minutes and all that. I mean, Donato, you know what Donato is, you know what he have, and he is either going to re-sign or he's not. Like it's not like he's trying to prove anything. It's like he's probably got his number already, and it's just a matter of talking and negotiating all that kind of stuff. Teravainen's here for 2 more years. There's 3 more years. Or he's on a 4 years, so 3 more years.
3, yeah.
Bertuzzi's here for 4 more years.
Oh no. Teravainen's here for 2 more. He only signed a 3 year.
Oh, he only signed a 3?
Yeah, because it's 26-27 is his last season on that deal.
So did Bertuzzi only sign a 4?
Yes. I hate trying to read this on Puckpedia.
That's why.
Yes. Yeah, he signed a 4 year.
Why did I think it was 4 and 5? Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about Bertuzzi. At least it's not 4 more years.
Yes.
But it's like the pieces that it's like you don't have to worry about those older guys because I mean they know that okay, they're still going to be factored in big time next year.
Yeah,
And
like
it's not like they're just going to disappear.
the veterans up front are going to be Bertuzzi, Teravainen, Foligno, Dickinson, and Mikheyev. I guess Joe Veleno. Also, like my son called him Volcano a bunch of times. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, nailed it. That's good stuff. But like those are your vets, and I'd say like I would assume that they're bringing Donato back, right?
You'd have to assume, like, unless he comes back and is like, I want 7 million, you know, like some ridiculous number, but it's like you don't trade him. It seems like he's going to be back.
Yeah. I think the way that Mikheyev and Teravainen play together is really great. Foligno is obviously a great captain. Jason Dickinson is probably one of the best defensive centers that we've had in a while too. And then there's Tyler Bertuzzi. And then so that leaves you with basically 5 spots for like young guys, right? And right now it's Slaggert, Bedard, Nazar, Reichel, and Doc who's hurt. But you know, you can slide some other guys in there. Yeah, well, that's who's on the roster currently for young guys.
I'm just saying, like you're talking about like 5 spots for young guys. Are you considering that for this year or for next year?
Probably next year too, because I would assume you're not gonna. I don't think that the Hawks need to sign like a guy like Pat Maroon. Like they're gonna probably let Kurashev walk. Like
I mean, they're gonna bring in a. I'm just putting this out there. They're bringing in a Brock Besser.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I still hate that it's even in my head, but I feel like a fucking Marchand's gonna be here.
Yeah, I could see that. Fuck. I could see it, and then I also don't think
you don't need it.
Well, here's the thing: it's Marchand won the cup in 2011, and he's been there. Like he's been close. He's been on really good teams, and just hasn't gotten back. And I could see him taking a really cheap deal to be on a team like Colorado or Tampa, some shit like that. I mean, he's on Florida right now. Like I could see him just re-signing in Florida if it works out for him there. If he wins a cup this year, though, that's a different story. Then it's all right. I'm gonna get paid for one last deal, and that's why I could see like, oh god, don't do it, please.
Unless you can swindle like New York or Montreal to take Bertuzzi off of our hands because he can only play for original 6 teams.
Yes, that's true. Probably back, or I mean, he could go back to a team. It doesn't have to be.
No, he's got to do the freaking was it Thanos glove with all the
Jeez, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I guess trying to get, a big signing for Bedard's wing is like the one major thing. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I'll say it again. I hope they stay away from Mitch Marner. I really do. Like, yeah, he's a great player, but it just for what this team needs and for the pieces that down the line we're gonna need to take care of. I just feel like we can build that versus getting a player like him.
I think Toronto's gonna try and re-sign him.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
why not?
I don't know. It's like just everything about Toronto, like those guys they leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Like, well, it's not like they don't need to re-sign Tavares if they're trying to keep some of this core together going into the future. But whatever, go back to the Hawks. Chicago. Yeah, I honestly that wouldn't be bad. Pay Tavares.
Besser, bring Tavares.
But that's another guy that like I could see cup hunting. Because he was on the Islanders and he was on Toronto and just like has not made it past the second round.
Yeah. And then too, you got to think Hawks are finishing bottom 2. They're going to be picking top 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right. And if we get one of those forwards, that's going to be probably a spot taken. I could see I think the only one I could see not playing immediately is probably Porter Martin.
I was gonna say I think Misa and
Higgins
would be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Misa just was the first player. What was it? It was something with Patrick Kane. It was like the first player with Patrick Kane, and I was like, okay, there we go. Like,
Yeah,
writing is on the wall.
It sucks. This is what I think of every time we say Misa is fucking Jar Jar Binks. And if we get Michael Misa, I swear to God, I'm just gonna call him fucking Jar Jar all the time.
Jar Jar. Dude, he put up 134 points this year.
Mm-hmm. But he's a bum though, because he didn't make Canada World Juniors.
Dude, the top 5 OHL players that 4 of them, well, there's one that wasn't a Canadian, all the rest of them, none of them were picked for Team Canada.
Yeah.
And they have 134, 126, 107. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm looking right.
Not that I care anything about Canada, but it's
but it is funny. It is funny that they just didn't choose any of these guys.
I would love to know the reasoning.
Did they also not take Sam Dickinson, or did he play? Oh, he played. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no, I can't believe, I didn't realize that he had 91 points in 55 games. Holy shit. Oh, shit.
He's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that San Jose has one piece they can look forward to. And it's unfortunate they can't be like Chicago and have a large amount with so many guys there. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to just give these players away because we can't use them all because we're so fucking good with our scouting and our developing.
Mm-hmm. Just like the guy with too many oranges. They're all defensemen.
But yeah, that's that was a thing. The whole conversation. Frank Cervelli was talking on the Daily Face-Off. I don't know if it was his show, if it was a show he was on, but there's 2 guys on there, and they were asking okay, between the 2 teams that have already been eliminated from playoff contention, San Jose and Chicago, who is theoretically closer to being a playoff team? And one guy said San Jose, that they're just much better on paper. They got more upside, more potential with Celebrini and all this kind of stuff. And then Frank Cervelli, take it with a grain of salt because he is a fat guy.
Jesus Christ.
Inside joke. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there talking about how it's San Jose potentially could look better because of what you're seeing with them, which I still don't understand how somebody could say San Jose is looking better because they don't, and they've just sold off a lot of pieces at the deadline too. And I feel like they got worse, but they're what the Hawks have is what you don't see, what's not playing right now. You have Sam Renzel, who's going to be playing as soon as the season ends with Minnesota, and he is Cervelli compared him to the Blackhawks version of Brock Faber.
Yeah,
which fucking feed me that every day.
Oh, that
it's
fucks. That fucks.
Dude, you have Sam Renzel, who's going to be a stud. You have Vlasic, who's already a stud and proven a great defensive defenseman. And then you have Levshunov, who is showing why he was the 2nd overall pick and why the Hawks won for him. And that's right there, 3 solid defensemen. And that's not even counting the, 6 to 9 other defensive prospects the Hawks have in our system that have either already come up and rotated in or are still in prospect mode and still trying to get ready to get to the next level. It's you're going to have to trade some of those guys. He's Frank Cervelli's even talking. He goes on to talk about how the Hawks have the goalie bots checked off with Spencer Knight. And on top of that, it's you have Comesso, you have Gagin and all that.
Well, the nice thing too is everybody was saying the Hawks are so dumb for not going after Askarov, and it's San Jose is clearly going to be the better team. It's okay, well now that we have Spencer Knight, what about now? Because Askarov is sure he's a year younger, but he's played 16 games in the NHL.
Spencer Knight's a proven.
Spencer Knight's played 87 games in the NHL,
and he's a proven that he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his numbers went down, but it was like it ended up being because he was dealing with something and that he needed to go get help with, and he, despite the scores of all that, like the last few games, it's like he's looked fairly good for the Hawks. Yeah. Like I don't know. I hate this whole comparison. Like you're comparing two teams in completely different situations.
Yes.
And it's like,
it's nice though that like Spencer Knight also got to learn under Bobrovsky.
Yep.
And Stanley Cup winning, Vezina Trophy winning Bobrovsky. UC Saros is good, but I mean that team sucks now.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, if Askarov wasn't a little bitch about his whole playing time, like he could have learned under a Vezina caliber goalie, like he should, like I feel like he fucked up. Like I feel like he should have take the backup role for a year or two, while he's still trying to get his footing and all that. And then once it's like, okay, now I'm ready to go, when he's like 23, 24, 25, then it's like, okay, trade me. And then I think Nashville could have even got more for him in that situation too. Like I feel like he fucked Nashville, and I feel like he fucked himself by requesting the trade when he did.
A little bit. I mean, he's got a clearer path, but whatever. I'm just looking at what is it? The prospects page for San Jose in Elite Prospects, and like their top skaters like Sam Dickinson, and then I just like that it's by total points, so it's like in the system, and then their next like total points guy is Andrew Paturalski from the AHL, but he's 31, so tight.
It's like after Dickinson, what does San Jose really have?
Well, then they
have two big pieces,
Quentin
Will
Musty.
Smith and
So they have Quentin Musty, but the thing that's like pretty funny about this is, so he's on Sudbury on the Wolves, and you know who else is on Sudbury? Alex Farrand.
Yeah.
And Quentin Musty had 59 points in 33 games, but Farrand had 59 points in 65 games. Whatever, they're on the same team, same points. But it's just so funny to me. Like that's their second best, pretty much, prospect just based off of like points alone.
And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not trying to like tear San Jose apart. Like I don't want to see. I want to be parity across the league. I want all 32 teams to be in the hunt, every year, because that just makes hockey more exciting and all that. But it's like, if you're gonna be stupid and try to compare these teams in different situations, then it's like, okay, fine, we'll call you out. We'll pull up our prospects versus your prospects and what
see
you're
where
doing.
The teams are at in 4 years when we're competing.
And then too, it's like the people still trying to compare Bedard and Celebrini. You want Celebrini to build your team around, and it's like, oh, Bedard, he's not living up to that phenom status, and it's like, dude, Bedard is literally doing it on his own, and it's like he just now got like Nazar playing with him more consistently, but it's like any piece that you want to build with him wasn't being put with him. He was at what? He's got to be over 40 different line combinations at this point.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing.
And it's like,
I wish that we could have like what his point totals are for each line combination, and how much time on ice he had with each line combination, because it's stupid.
You want to talk about like Bedard, like, oh, Bedard sucks and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if you saw this stat, or I don't know if you're paying attention to Reddit, or because I know you're not on other social, but Cam Robinson from Elite Prospects tweeted out, since 1990, here's a list of players who have scored 40 plus goals and 75 plus assists before turning 20. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby, Connor Bedard.
It's pretty tight.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, they've got those special birthdays that are right at it's in the summer. So they get like 2 full
But
years of being
right,
like
but
under
still,
20.
like,
But
yeah,
they're still really good.
it's
They're still
just
young. Yeah, it just makes them younger. That's all it is.
because Bedard's not putting up 100 points in each of his first 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nathan McKinnon even came out when they were asking about Bedard, and he's like, dude, I would have killed for those numbers when I was 19. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he goes, my sophomore year it was brutal, and he's like, I would have done anything to have Bedard numbers, kind of thing. It's like, it's he's not getting any favors because people put that phenom generational talent label on him, and we've talked about this already.
Yeah.
But it's so unfair because of what they think a generational talent should be. They just discredit everything he's doing that is positive and good.
Right. Being 117 points in 139 games on the worst team in the NHL. He's terrible.
Yeah. And
I don't know
to
I don't know anybody else that would have like that stat line, even if they were like a well-established NHLer.
oh, well, McDavid. Oh, well, Crosby. Those teams were built better.
I would
Like,
love to see McDavid in this situation because
yeah,
at least he had like Draisaitl, who they're both fucking heart contenders.
dude, how many first overall picks was on Edmonton when McDavid came in?
3.
Like,
That's what
it's
I
like the whole
love.
thing. It's like the whole thing too. When people are
McKinnon
talking about
McKinnon has Makar and Rantanen or he did. This is what I'm saying. Like at this when he's starting to pick it up, right? McKinnon had Makar,
Landeskog.
Rantanen, Landeskog. McDavid has Draisaitl, Nuge. I mean, last year Hyman had a Chichu year. Crosby came in with Lemieux, but then he like grew with Malkin, Letang, Fleury. Like you just give it a little bit. Let
Kane
Bedard
had
get established.
Taves.
Yeah,
Like,
and Levshinov is now here, and he's looking fucking way better than I thought he would at this point.
yeah, I'm shocked at how well he's actually performed to kick this off.
His growth has been stupid quick.
What I love about him too is there is one you're talking about the power play, like how he should be like you want to see him PP1 and all this kind of stuff. And I just remember like turning on a game and I was like, oh shit, he's out there for power play too. And just the confidence he had out there, like for the kid coming up, only being less than 7 games in the NHL, you feel like they're going to be a little bit more timid and more nervous out there. Dude, he was pinching and stepping up at the right time. He wasn't afraid to take a shot. Like he was getting into the play and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like this kid is going to be fucking so good.
Yes.
And I just can't wait. And I just can't wait for all the people that doubted him and were complaining that we didn't get Deminoff to be rocking Levshinov jerseys at the United Center.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful when they have them all over the place. I just love the fact that it's like he's 19, Bedard is 19, like Nazar is 21. It's fucking so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Spencer Knight is 23.
Another 18-year-old coming in this year.
Crevier 23, Del Mastro 22, Vlasic 23.
Dude, and if they build and if KD manages the cap the right way, especially with the way this cap's going up, dude, this core can be together for a long time.
Oh yeah. It's funny, like I'm trying to think of what this team is going to look like. Their average age right now is 27.13 years old. But that's going to change.
Ligno's fucking that.
Well, and Martinez.
Patty Maroon.
Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez.
So next year, Martinez is probably not coming back. I don't know if they're going to buy out Brody or try and move him. They're going to probably buy out Brossois. What is it? Patty Maroon's gone. And those are all over 30. And so then you're bringing in whoever is probably not going to be like super, super old, but also like, like you said, our top draft pick is probably going to be here. Maybe Renzel or more or something like that. It's like the average age of this team is just going to go way down. It's gonna be like 23 years old. It's gonna be so stupid.
And isn't that number actually kind of skewed? Isn't Shea Weber kind of technically counting against that?
I don't think so. No, it's not active roster.
Okay.
I don't even think he counts like part. I think because he's LTIR. I think that's why it's not.
Is he LTIR or is he just IR?
LTIR.
See, that's the thing. Puckpedia's got more info with like that, but I like capwages.com because it reads more like Cap Friendly did, and they don't have. It doesn't look like they have an LTIR unless they don't have. Hawks just don't have any LTIR.
I mean, they might just not have it because I don't know. It just says IR on there. I thought it was LTIR, like long term injury reserve, because he's obviously not playing.
Oh, let's see. Oh no, I don't think he's LTIR because Tampa or Toronto's got Pacioretty LTIR and it pops up as long term reserve, injury reserved. Interesting.
I forgot he was playing.
Yeah. But speaking of Leshinov, I wanted to bring this up because it's just an observation for me. There was a video today released on Hawk social media, and they were asking all the players like, "How old is old?" And they're just asking like, "Oh, like what do you mean, like hockey wise or in general?" And they're like, "Just in general," because Connor Bedard was pretty much like whatever age Dickinson is, kind of thing. And then Leshinov goes and they're asking him, and he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And they're like, "How old is old?" He's like, "I don't know, until the body stops moving." And he goes through this whole like thing, and like just trying to explain like, until you can't move anymore and all this blah blah blah. It's like going into great detail. Then he ends up saying 120 is too old. And
but Levshunov? Wait, this was Lev. Dude, is he gonna be?
I want to see if he responds to see what I'm thinking.
I can't think of what his name is. Brizgalov?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna. He is the Hawks. He is gonna be the Hawks Brizgalov.
That's gonna be great. I love it. I love it so much.
Because I'm watching this, and all I can just like he's sitting there talking. I'm just sitting there. All the first thing popped in my head was humongous big.
Yeah, dude. He's gonna score a game-winning goal, and he's just gonna be like, "Why you have to be made?"
That's fantastic. I love that you actually hit right on exactly what I was going for. Because I'm like, okay, either I'm just an idiot and this is gonna be a big stretch, or you're gonna like, holy shit, yeah,
it was right away.
That's amazing. Yeah, Levshunov is gonna be our Brizgalov, which is saying a lot that he's not even a goalie. And only just sent us the tweet that I just talked about the Crosby and Bedard stat.
Oh, nice.
But
anyway,
yeah. So
this stuff, just the Hawks, they're probably not going to win much to the end of the year. But
no, so I mean, we're not going to talk about the games, but since we last recorded, they went 1-6, and in those games, it was 8 goals for, 26 goals against.
Yikes.
And that was 6 games. So the 7-game losing streak they were on before that, because the Nashville game was right before we recorded, or the Friday before we recorded, or Friday or Saturday before we recorded. So their 7-game losing streak was 10 goals for, 29 goals against. And then they score 7 against Philadelphia on Sunday, which is funny because they had the Bears head coach doing the hype up.
Ben
Johnson.
I don't fucking know, dude. It was some basic ass name.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's like, you got to just kind of watch and hope there's going to be a couple good moments, and just going on knowing that they're not going to be winning these games, and it's going to be a rough rest of the way.
Yeah. I mean, the one good thing, right? Last year, the Hawks had 23 wins, 52 points. This year, they're already at 21 wins and 51 points. So, I mean, with the last 11 games, you would assume they at least get another point, maybe a couple wins. And
let's see here. Look ahead of the schedule.
Yeah, true.
Wednesday tonight, they play New Jersey. That's a team that's getting. I mean, it's a dub because they're frauds, but I mean, New Jersey's going to be playing tough. Friday is Vegas.
Doesn't matter. Dub.
Sunday's Utah.
Dub.
Team
These are all at home.
Playoff.
Give it to me.
Colorado.
Dub.
Then you have a trip to Washington, potentially to be a part of history.
Fucking slam it in their face.
And then you got back-to-back against Pittsburgh.
Dub.
Boston.
Dub.
Winnipeg.
That's going to be a loss. We get
Montreal.
we get Winnipeg too much by Hellebuck. Actually, what we'll do is it's going to be Eric Comrie. Dub. Montreal. Dub.
And then they wrap up the season Montreal and Ottawa.
Dub. Dude, we're going on a streak to end this year. We're gonna
realistically see
we're gonna jump so far out
there.
of the bottom four. It's gonna be stupid. So we last year finished, 23, 53, and 6, 52 points. This year, with those next 11 wins, we'll be at 32, 41, and 9. It'll be at 65 points. That'd be pretty sick. Other than those hopeful numbers, I mean, being a point down and two losses or 2 wins less than last year's, I mean, as much as we don't think it's been an improvement, it's like the team's technically been an improvement. It's just been a really small one. We've already scored more goals this year than last year by almost, or actually it's by 14 right now.
Which isn't saying much because how bad our offense was last year.
Yes, we're actually giving up more goals per game this season. The other positives, though, is our power play is 25.5 and our penalty kill is 81.7. And last year, power play was 16.6 and PK was 75.8. So some decent improvements there too. So there's a lot like to be happy about with this season versus last. I just think that maybe this year a lot of teams were more competitive. Like a team like Columbus, who was seen as a bottom team last year, like they're pushing playoffs. Montreal's pushing playoffs. They were a bottom team last year. Anaheim has been looking better. They were a bottom team last year. So yeah, I think it's just all in all, this season was a tougher season and we've still shown some minor improvements.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just, I know there's like the expectations of like, okay, much better than last year. And then on paper, this team should have been much better than last year. So yeah, I understand the frustration, but like you said, it's treading in the right direction. And this is still not even where this team is going to be. Like there's still so much to come. Like we said, Sorensen's not going to be the coach next year. We're going to, knock on wood, bring in a vet coach, Mike Sullivan.
Mike Sullivan.
Like it's only, and once that's brought in, it's like the second we have, I know it's coaching only does so much, but the second that you have a coach that's been there and knows what he's doing.
Maybe a coach that doesn't put 40 different fucking lines together.
Yeah. It's going to be different. So it's like, I will still, I know it's beating a dead horse, but I will still argue that the Hawks are treading in the right direction, despite what everybody on social media says and what everybody looking at the standing outside of Chicago that don't actually pay attention to this team in terms of this prospect system and all that kind of stuff. Like, trust us. Like honestly, like it's not as bad as it seems.
It's worse. Just kidding. It's it's true. It's funny that the Hawks will end up with more points than they did last year, but finishing the same in the standings.
I think it just shows how good this league is getting, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a tougher year. It's just like hands down been a tougher year for everybody. I mean, fuck, man. Like who would have thought that Washington was going to be at the top of the league this year? They barely made the playoffs last year and had a minus 1,000 goal differential.
The last team to make the playoffs last year and the first one to get it this year.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Hockey's neat. It's just crazy like that.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Do you want to touch on any like NHL news real quick?
Are you talking about Chikrin being afraid of light?
Being afraid of light?
Yeah, did you? Oh, you didn't see this?
No.
Oh, let me pull up the thing so I can.
Oh, also, we forgot to. Did we mention that Jason Dickinson's out for the rest of the season?
Yes,
I think so. At some point, we just didn't really touch on it too hard because I don't know what the injury really was.
It's his wrist.
Right, but like when it happened.
Oh, yeah. Okay, which account was it? Basically, something like Chikrin took all the lights out of his house and essentially just has candles for lighting in his house.
Interesting. That's a lot of carcinogen. He's going to not be able to have good stamina.
Trying to see what it is. But somebody was like, so he signed his what you're trying to get is he signed an 8-year extension, 8-year, $72 million extension, and somebody took
is it with a quill and an ink pot?
Somebody, have you seen Benchwarmers?
I think so.
Nick Swartzen, his character's afraid of the sun, and they're like Chikrin going out to sign his contract, and it's him like trying to like walk out with like a plastic sword, staying in the shadow, and then like seeing the sun and freaking out and running back in. They're like Chikrin trying to sign his contract.
Dude,
I didn't really.
It makes me think of Better Call Saul.
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, Saul's brother is like he was a lawyer, but then he stays in his house and he stays there forever. He's afraid of being outside, and like if he runs outside, he like wears like an aluminum shield. It's fucking hilarious. It's more it more has to do with fucking electricity and like micro like waves and stuff like that, but still it made me think of that.
Okay, I can't find.
So yes, Chikrin signed an 8-year deal with the Caps. What was it, $9 million per?
Yeah, I didn't realize he's only 26.
I do. He's one of those players that is a Coyotes defenseman that started at 18, but was drafted like mid-round in the first round, and then feels like he's been playing forever. Like him and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and I think Ekman-Larsson is probably like 32.
Yeah.
But he feels like
Ekman-Larsson should be retiring, and he's younger than me.
Let me see how old he is, because I swear it's got to be something like that. He's 33. Yeah, I was right. Pretty much on the head. Feels like he's been in the league for fucking 30 years.
Why is it now I can never freaking find all these hockey accounts put the same freaking post out talking about the same stuff, and then when I go to try to find it, the few that I know don't even like pop up. Don't even have it.
I don't know. I do. So we got Ovechkin 7 away.
Dylan Strom says Jacob Chikrin's new thing is that he wants to have no light bulbs in his house.
That's cool.
He said, recently shared a deal about Capitals defenseman that's dim in the literal sense. He goes, he has a new thing every day. I heard yesterday that he has no light bulbs. He's doing candlelit in his house now. Yeah, so that's his thing was yesterday. He was so onto beeswax candles. It's that I heard it's great for you. So now we're all talking about beeswax candles.
Okay. Good for you.
Dude, fucking hockey players, man. It's coming out of the net and it's affecting the goalies are affecting all of us.
Hey, it's all right. Everybody wants to be a little goalie. It's fine.
Yeah, Ovi 7 away.
Yeah, he could do it tonight. It's the third period. They're down by 2-1. He could score 7.
Dude, I hope it's this year, man. I hope it's just done this year.
He's got 10 more games? He's got 11.
Is that including today?
No, not including today.
Okay.
So 11 after this game tonight.
He's going to break it against Pittsburgh.
That would be great.
He's going to score, and he's going to go up to Crosby and be like, I'm better, bitch. And then skate off.
They're just going to touch tips. They're going to become one player and then win the Stanley Cup.
There you go. Okay. I got nothing else.
Yeah, I got nothing. It's just,
right.
With stretch, I can't wait till we get to playoff time. I'm hoping the Hawks, hang in there. Just fucking, I think the thing that which we talked about most of this episode, the thing to look forward to is what the prospects are going to be doing over the next couple weeks, and then what they are going to be doing when they sign their contracts. Because those games will be fun to watch. Like when Renzel plays his first game, if Oliver Moore plays his first game, Ryan Green, all these guys getting into the lineup. I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah. So that's the best part about being a team that's out. Yeah. It's just, let's see what the kids can do and get excited. And it's a nice little taste. Like the Hawks been doing this amazing thing where they've been promoting all their prospects and what they're doing for their teams and their juniors or college and all that. And if you're a Hawks,
it'd be sick if Nick Lardis actually came up. If that team loses and he gets a game or two at the end of the year, that'd be pretty sweet. With fucking just 6 goals in 2 games, and we're like, uh-oh. Whoa.
Yeah. It would be awesome. Shit. Dude. I don't know. It's funny. Yeah. It's every time we record and we talk about how bad the Hawks have been, and it's I always end the podcast or lead the way with the podcast of being so excited for this team.
Yeah. There's so much to be excited about.
Never fails. All right, episode 312. What do you want to call it?
It's just we're almost done. We're almost there.
I think almost done. I think we've done almost there before, so
that sounds about right. That's okay because then when the prospects sign their contracts and they're on the team, we're gonna just call it "They're here." That'd be fun.
Hell yeah. All right. Make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast feeds, Google, Jesus Christ, favorite podcast feeds, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the big 2.
Just Google us.
Google us. It's worth a Google. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, social media at WCB Podcast. And hopefully now that Potes voice will be rested up after calling freaking 30-something games in 10 days. He'll be hopping on for some watch-alongs, maybe get a couple more Hawks ones, and definitely try to do some playoff ones. So keep an eye on that, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.